What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are doing another Shitcoin Showdown on this fine Sunday. It's actually Monday on the chart. It's still Sunday where I am, but Shitcoin Showdown it is. We're going to be talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different coins, starting with Compound for the Bullhorn, moving on to PLI plugin for Benji the Third, and Algorand, moving on to Algorand for DMD number 1. Going to BLZ after that for Qualia Composite. And then finishing it up with MYRIA for Rocket Fire. And yeah, without any further ado, let's get into it. I will leave timestamps in the description. Go to the description, check on it, and if it's not there, that's because I haven't uploaded it yet. I will post the video first just to push it out there, and then I'll edit the timestamps into it very shortly after it's uploaded. So if you're not seeing those, it's because you're one of the first to view it. Thank you. If you are viewing this, hit that like button. If you've yet to decide if it's worthy of a like, just wait till the end, and I'll remind you. And if you'd like to subscribe to see more content, feel free to do so. I do request, guys. I do request openly. All of these are requests that people have. You can do them from the Discord. I'll leave a link in the description for the Discord as well, or you can leave them in the comment section on YouTube. A couple of these are from that as well. So whatever it may be, whatever the case is, I don't care if it's a coin that nobody's ever talked about. I don't care if it's a coin that we talk about all the time. If you want an update, you feel like it's essential to your well-being, or just because of your curiosity, whatever, feel free to leave a request in the comments section, or join the Discord and leave it there. I do tend to the Discord's requests first, but as I say in most of my videos, you know, I'm doing 5 coins tonight. 2 of them are YouTube requests, 3 of them are Discord requests. They're all getting done in the same video, so it's really, you know, I try to get to these requests within a day or two. So anyways, without any further ado, without any more of that shenanigans, let's get into it. None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, right? I'm just doing technical analysis. These are my opinions. If I were to trade some of these, and I am invested actually in 1 or 2 of these, you know, it's just my opinion on how I would go about it. Whether I'm invested or not, it's how I would go about it. None of this is me telling you what to do. I would hope that you're not just basing all of your opinions off of some random person on YouTube. I would hope that you are, you know, using this information to kind of help you draw your own conclusions and doing your own research and stuff like that. But, you know, just one more time, not financial advice. I'm not going to come to you if you take what I'm saying here and turn it into millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever a lot of money is to you. So don't come to me if you lose money based on my opinions and be like, hey, man, what the hell? Because that's just not how it works. We're all grown-ups. We are in control of our own financial destinies, and without any more nonsense, let's get into it, you guys. Starting off with Compound here, C-O-M-P. This one, I love Compound, man. Is this the all-time history? Let me see. It goes back to, I think we have more than this. Maybe it's on Binance. No, we'll just use Coinbase. That's cool. So, I swear there's more, though. Maybe not. I thought it was about in 2018. But anyways, we're in this area of accumulation. It's a very small chart on the monthly basis. You know, not a whole lot to go off of in this perspective, but we did have more or less a double bottom. You can see it here and here. Very bullish reaction off of the cycle lows, and really, and I mean, it didn't stop there. It continued to go up, and then yes, we had a very bearish candle here, bearish engulfing candle, but more or less, we've been in this kind of zone of accumulation since May of 2022, so over a year now. Whenever we break out of this, guys, it's going to be spectacular. Just as it was spectacular to the downside, I would expect it's going to be spectacular to the upside. You know, by 2025, we could very well be at prices that are 10x, 100x, however much more than that, higher. You know, this can do phenomenal things. It looks like it likes to move up a lot faster than it likes to move down, but we'll see. Time will tell. Looking at this on a monthly RSI basis, nice little bounce off of the 40 area where you found resistance before. You kind of took a breather here before, so not a whole lot to go off on the monthly. Let's look at the weekly. I really like this weekly RSI, very constructive. It looks kind of wonky, right? It's not a completely parallel channel, but more or less you do have higher lows and higher highs. Nice to see. You are above the 50. Rejected the bullish area of control, which you've done before. And the last time that we did that, it wasn't necessarily a good thing. Was it? You know, you came down for quite a while. That actually sent us to our current cycle lows, but I don't think we're going to see that same reaction. I do think that we've formed our higher low. I don't think that we're going to go below this low. Could we go lower than the current price, though? Let's see. Looking at this low to this high here, we're above the 382, man. We've got 1, 2, 3 weeks now in a row closing above this 382. I think we're getting ready. What we're getting ready to do is see extensions off of this move and move up to new highs and probably break out of this range, man. We're sitting at 51, 58. Compound's getting ready, man, to break out to $109 to $150, maybe even these deeper extensions, which lines up pretty well with this previous high point here. Right at the 1786 there. Previous area of support as well. A little bit of resistance here. Somewhat of a significant line. We could run all the way up there. We might not go up that high. You know, maybe we go to this weekly close here, which is also right by that 1618, the golden extension itself. So something I would expect at a minimum above 110. But you know, if I had to bet, I would say we probably go above 150 even. We could go a lot higher. You know, we absolutely could go a lot higher. But generally, with something like this, with a range like this, whenever you break out of it, you take the low to the high. I like to be conservative, though. I feel like this was a fake out, so I'm going to take this like high over here, measure it from here. That would take us, I mean, man, that would take us all the way to 213. So definitely bullish stuff on the horizon for this thing. I think we're getting ready for that now. I really don't. I like this holding the 382 here. Again, we've got 3 weeks in a row where we've closed above this. I really do like that a lot. Very, you know, it looked bearish last week, but then we had a bullish finish. So very, very nice to see. Let's see here. Top all-time high to the relative low, which is also the all-time low. Very significant fib scale to base off of here. You couldn't reach your 382. That's normally a bearish sign. No wonder we went back below the 236, but here we are wrestling the 236 right now. I think once we get above this 236 at $55 on a closing basis, we're definitely going to be earmarked for that $100 level, that $94 and above level. And once we get above that 382, it's on to this 618, 69 area. So with this overall accumulation phase, man, I do think that once we break out of this, that it's going to be a very fast move. It's going to be something just like this. It's going to be something just like this, right? This was quick on the way down, but I think it's going to be even faster on the way up. Really what I would look for is a close above this 236 area here. A close above $63-ish would be nice. Ultimately, a close above here, but this was like a fake out, right? I don't know if that's as important. I would almost say that this is more significant, though on a fundamental basis, fundamental of technical analysis here, closing above this weekly high, you would have higher highs. That would be nice to see too. So let's go on to the daily and wrap this up here. Look at that, man. Holding support on your purple line after finding resistance on it. Yep. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Whole lot of noise. Daily RSI looks kind of strong. I would say, you know, bouncing off the 40 like this is a nice reaction to see. We are above the 50. Let's see if we can get above this 60. That'd be really nice. If not, we might get oversold, and in which case we might go lower than this low. But that, again, that doesn't mean that this week has to close bearishly. Oh, we did tip that 236 previous area of support. Let's look at the 4 hour. Man, the 4 hour looks bullish too, unless we continue to move down. Here you've got a low, a higher low, and you have a low in your RSI and a lower low. That is hidden bullish divergence. You've got your low, your high, higher low. So hopefully we can continue to move up higher. Let's see here. Yeah, I would not, you know, I'd really like this 4 hour. We have 2 hours, 44 minutes left. I'm sure by the time most of you see this, this will be closed. But if we can get above the 382, that would be really nice to see. So, yeah. All in all, even if we go down in the short term, I think bullish things are on the horizon for a compound. Oh yeah, 1 hour looks bullish. 4 hour looks bullish enough. Daily has hope. You know, I think really if we can get above that 60, it's nice. But this reaction down here is nice to see. And the weekly overall is just nice to see. So even if we don't go up in the meantime, by the time, whenever it happens, guys, whenever we break out of this range overall, which I think will happen on this white line specifically, we'll have rumblings at the 55 level if we can close a week above that. But we'll have like more or less confirmation if we can close above this area here. It's going to be on to prices probably above $100, maybe even above $200 in a very, very short amount of time. And we don't have to stop there. We could go up higher. But that's all I got for compound. That was a lot of words and in a very small amount of time. Let's move on to plug-in PLI for Benji here. It's on Bitmart. That's new. I don't know what Bitmart is. Probably a new exchange or something. If I've never heard of it. Let's see here, from top to bottom. I don't know if I like that fib per se. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's see. I don't know if I like any of these fibs. For those of you who don't understand, I'm not nitpicking, right? Nitpicking would be like, okay, I want this to line up with the 618, so I'm just going to put it over here. Boom. This is in the middle of nowhere. Who cares? But at least the 618 lines up. No, I'm not nitpicking. I'm choosing not this high because this was first day madness. I was going to choose this next high here, but it doesn't really match up with the fib, so I'm going off of a more relative high that it might match up, right? I'm not just choosing any random high. This high here, like if we're looking at this in succession, I went to this high. I didn't try this high because it's pretty close, but this is like the next logical high, in my opinion, to take from. So that high to low here, we bounced off the 618. We're holding the 236. This kind of maneuver, I would think that we're going to make another try for the 618 and probably higher. Probably break above the 618 on this next attempt. And with that, you'd likely see extensions, regular extensions, which would be 1272 to the 1618, anywhere between about 90 cents to $2.76. Potentially new all-time highs, but around that all-time high area for what this chart's reading here. Let's see. Weekly RSI, come on now. Weekly RSI looks nice. I like that bounce off the 40, man. I really do like that. That's the bearish area of control. You're bouncing off of that there. Get above, keep going. Because if you turn around here on this week, you might be finding resistance at a previous area, and that would imply that you go lower. Let's see what you're doing on your more relative fib from top to bottom. Look at that. Beautiful bounce off the 6.9. I know I probably say this in every one of my videos. It's like I'm starting fresh each time, guys, because I don't rehearse these every night. I forget what each chart looks like more or less. But that's the beauty of TA. If you stick to your fundamentals, or like what you're doing, you can get the same results, draw the same conclusions every single time, even if it's a fresh chart. And that's why I like to start with fresh charts. I don't save my charts. Some people save their charts, but I like to just do them new because it keeps me fresh, man. It keeps me. I might see something that I missed before. Consequently, I might have gone over something that I might miss the second time, but that's just, again, it just keeps me fresh. No hate, no shame to the people that save charts. It's just a preference. That's all it is. But this reaction here, it's almost like a double bottom, a slightly higher low, bouncing off of this golden area, the white zone, which is for loading and unloading only. In this case, it was a load up. It looks like you're getting ready to break out of this. You'll probably go back higher. Maybe see some prices very soon around 6.2 cents. Here you are at 4.2 cents. So yeah, you're going to see a nice little growth in a short amount of time. Ultimately, that could take you to new highs in this perspective here. I like your daily RSI. Just like the weekly, you bounced off your 40 area. Beautiful to see. Get above this high, get into that overbought zone, and you can start doing some more bullish stuff. And I think you will. I do think you will. Top to bottom here, above your 236, you're flirting with it, man, for the second time after holding this 069. Yeah, I think you're going higher, man. Your 618's all the way at 8 cents to 9 cents. Yeah, I think you're going higher. Overall, yeah. Get a positive reaction with this, and we can talk about more immediate price action seeing these extensions, which I genuinely think that you might see, but it depends. It really depends. You really could come up here, find some resistance in this area, and then come back down to your 382, even your 236, maybe bounce off there, something like that. And I would expect the second go around in this area that you do continue to go through, unless you break through it on your first attempt. A positive reaction on the first attempt would look like you get up here, you come back, find support on your 618, and then you continue to go. A still positive reaction, but not as positive, would be, you find resistance here, it's pretty common, find support on your 382, or the 236 again, and then break through it on your second attempt would really be key. But all in all, I like the daily. I think you're good for at least another cent higher, at least. Actually, like a cent 1.2 cents. But I really do think you're going to see this 618, 6.9 area very, very soon. Let's get a positive reaction with that. We can talk about more immediate stuff getting into these extensions here as well. That's all I got for PLI. So let's move on to Algorand. I haven't talked about Algorand, man. Personally, guys, I gotta say I'm not a big fan of Algorand. I just I'm not trying to be a hater or anything like that. But let's look at the charts itself. I haven't actually looked at the chart in a while, but there are new coins that are exciting in every cycle, and then those coins, most altcoins that have been created in crypto, they do not see higher highs in their next bull cycle, and they do see lower lows in their second bear cycle. Algorand came about in the last bull cycle. I'm assuming that it's going to be a lot less relevant in this bull cycle. Very few coins remain relevant throughout multiple cycles, but let's see if the charts tell us some different stuff. It's just my own personal bias, I suppose. I like this so far, man. On a daily perspective, yeah, you've got lower lows coming in with these high. I guess here you have a low and then a lower low, so it's not hidden bullish divergence necessarily, but your RSI doesn't look too bad. I don't think that this is a topping area. I don't think that you've topped out. Yes, you're finding resistance at a previous area of resistance, but you're not really, you're showing weakness and then giving it right back up. I feel like this is what they call a shakeout, and you're getting ready to move up higher. Though I could be wrong, but let's look at the weekly real quick. We'll go. I do like this bottom. We're going to definitely go back to the daily. Weekly RSI looks nice. Weekly RSI definitely looks nice. Got into the bullish area of control. Kind of came back out of it as soon as you were in there, but that's okay. You still got this week to kind of get back up in there. Let's see here. Low to high. You bounced off your 382 already, man. Twice, in a manner of speaking, actually. I guess not really twice, but just once. From this high, but this was before this high was drawn, so really only once. You could see a move. You're at 13.5 cents right now. You could see a move all the way back to 10.7 cents, 10.3 cents, which would take you back to this low over here, yeah, right here, right in that sweet spot. And then you could continue to go higher, but you don't have to do that. You know, seeing a strong move like this, holding the 382 and going up from there, as we know with BLZ, that's a very common thing. And this RSI looks nice, man. It definitely looks nice. Definitely leaves room for continuation. All in all, though, with Algorand, you do have lower lows and lower highs. Oh man, I kind of like this. I don't know. This could be good, man. This really could be good. You know, you're at that previous area right here. You went slightly lower, but I mean, the last time you did this, let's see, whenever you're down here in this area, you ran all the way up to 2,664% in growth. That's a 27x right there, almost a 28x. That doesn't mean that you're going to do that at this point, but I think even if Algorand underperforms, it can still provide a 10x or more in the coming cycle. Let's actually see what the overall fib would say here from top to low. Come on now. Your 618, let's see, what would that take you to? Your 6, oh, come on. Click on this bad boy. I mean, that would be like a 7x. Nothing to be upset about. Nothing to be upset about. And it probably, if I had to assume, I doubt it would stop there. It probably would see deeper extensions, so I would think at a minimum of a 10x. But if you see new all-time highs, and that, again, that was actually from that low. That wasn't even from the current price. From the current price, that'd be an 11x. You could see like a 48x, potentially over a 100x. What's the market cap on this thing? I want to say, just because, you know, I was giving it a little shade in the beginning, I can be wrong, guys. There are plenty of projects that I've liked that have spiraled into nothingness, okay? There are plenty of projects that I've hated, or not hated, but had a distaste for, that did phenomenal, you know? I'm not a guru. I'm not a prophet. I can be wrong. I've been wrong before. I will be wrong again. So don't let me, if you're interested in this thing, you have your own reasons. This is why I go back to saying that none of this is financial advice. If you've done your research, you have your own reasons for believing in it. Don't let me deter you. I'm doing the TA regardless of my opinions. I gave you my opinion, but we're doing the facts in the charts here. $1 billion market cap. If it were to remain relevant, I mean, a market cap like this is possible. That would give you a just under $200 billion market cap. And Algorand did have a lot of hype, but I don't believe it's going to get there. I personally don't believe it's going to get there. This here would be an achievement of itself of being like 54, maybe to, let's see, what was it at? Yeah, 54, maybe like $60 billion in market cap valuation, something like that. That would be an achievement in itself. So maybe a $7, $7.36 price is totally possible, which would be a 54x from the current price. But that's nothing to be ashamed of at all. Let's just see how you do in the meantime. Have a positive reaction with the 618 area again, and then we can see if you do see those extensions. But in the more immediate term, I like the weekly RSI. I do like the daily RSI. Something I didn't mention, but I want to go over right now. It's kind of unconventional, but I mean, you have a triple bottom. Triple bottoms, you guys, I feel like people overplay that word. They'll say, oh, it's a triple bottom. Oh, it's a quadruple bottom. Quadruple bottoms don't exist. Quintuple tops don't exist, right? It's normally like a double bottom or a triple bottom, and that's it. Triple bottoms are very rare because generally speaking, you get that second chance, and then you don't get that third chance. You just go through. But here you have like a textbook triple bottom, and you got the positive reaction after it. I do think that was the low. I absolutely do think that was low. You're not going to go lower than that. If you were to revert from here, again, that 10-cent area is around this low to high 618 area. Comes in line with the first like low all the way back there. But what I do like, maybe I have to go to the 4-hour to kind of get this look. It's not conventional. Maybe not. I was going to say this might be like an Adam and an Eve. But, I mean, kind of. When I draw it with the line, it looks nice, but I don't know. All in all, bullish reactions. I don't think that you've topped here. You might be forming some kind of a diamond or a consolidation phase. Let's see, actually. Maybe you're in a megaphone. You might be in a megaphone or a broadening top, as they're referred to by some people. Come on now. I can't get it, man. I really can't. Okay, whatever. Something like this, but it would be more like, if I can just draw the line, something like that, more or less. Pretend that this is all the way back over here because I couldn't get it down there. It could be some kind of broadening top, but it might be, I don't know if it's a diamond. I don't know. I don't expect personally that you'll go down from here. I would think that you continue to grow, but I can be wrong. I can definitely be wrong. The 4-hour RSI is rather neutral. Ooh, you're kind of slanted down, aren't you? I don't know, man. I don't know. I would be surprised if you went too much lower, but if you did, again, that 10 cent to 11 cent area, that is your 618 area, I'm pretty sure. Right? From this low, come on now. Man, I need to keep it not so zoomed out. There we go. Yeah, 618 to 69, in between that 10.8 to 10.4 cent area, right around your purple line as well. You could see a pullback there. Though if I had to be honest, I would think that you do continue to go higher, personally. I would think that you do. I don't think you go lower than that low, and you probably get out of this soon. Yeah, that's all I got to say for Algorand. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go in the meantime? You know, assuming that you don't go to that 10 to 11 cent area, you're probably going to see prices being around 20 cents, maybe even to 33 cents in a very short amount of time. Here you are sitting at 13.5 cents, so that's not bad at all. Yeah, you could go all the way up to your 618, but I would expect that you probably find either turbulence here, right here, or you find turbulence here. More commonly, what I would think is go to the 382, find support on your 236, and then you'd see this price up here, something like that. Maybe after the halving or around the halving or something like that. But that's all we got for Algorand. I feel like I spent a lot of time on that one. I didn't mean to. But BLZ, USD, moving on from there. Doing a quick little update on this one. Sitting at 23.9 cents. Yes, we have this bearish divergence presenting itself. Generally speaking, you would expect the move to take you back to where the divergence formed, which is at like 17.9 cents or lower. I'm starting to doubt that we get that, though we absolutely can. You know, again, what's expected does not mean it's guaranteed. That would be kind of the expectation. But looking at the weekly RSI overall, even without that bearish divergence, we are pretty strongly postured. We didn't get that bounce that I was talking about, I think, in one of my last videos, bouncing back up here, so bouncing off the overbought zone, which would be a very bullish sign in itself. We didn't get that. Looking at the daily here, I don't like this RSI as much. I would think we go lower in BLZ. I am kind of starting to think that we might go lower. Let's see here. From this high, or this low to this high, we double bottomed off the 382, but we also could not get above the 236. This kind of maneuver, man, I was just talking about it with Algorand, where you go to your 382, come back to your 236, and then you can go to your 618. Well, we went to our 382, went up to our 236, and then you go to your 618, 69 area, which would be anywhere from around 15.7 to 17 cents. Now, I want to be clear. I hold Blue Zell. I genuinely, with what I'm saying today, would expect, at least what I'm seeing in the charts, I would expect that we go lower. Maybe we go to the 618. Maybe we stop off at the 0.5. Maybe we go in between. These lines are just lines. They're not magnets. They're not requirements by any means. I'm just talking about expected behaviors, right? We resisted the 236. We found resistance on it, but we ended up topping off in the middle of nowhere. So we don't have to bounce right off these lines, right? I do expect it to go lower, but I'm not selling any of my Blue Zell. I bought at around 26 cents. I bought on this little high right here because I thought we were getting above the 236. But with this look right now, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw prices down here. Potentially, we could find a bounce off the 0.5. I feel like a lot of cryptos have been doing that lately. But again, just to be clear, I do expect that the price for Blue Zell is going to go down from here. But I'm not selling. There's a difference between saying sell, and there's a difference between saying buy the dip. And that's exactly what this is buy the dip territory. The reason you don't sell is we're in the beginning of the bull markets, you guys. This thing could just as easily prove me wrong, as it really has for a large part of this, and continue to grow higher. I feel like every time I call for this thing to go lower, it actually goes higher. So again, this isn't the right time to sell. The way that I'm doing it, everybody can do it their own way. You know, if you want to play the game, play the game. But how I'm doing it is every purchase I make is going to be something I hold until the end of the cycle, which is going to be in like 2 years. So maybe a little less time than that, maybe a little bit more time than that, but at least like a year and a half. So I'm not planning on selling anytime soon. If anything, I would look to buy more if we did, in fact, go down around here. And Blue Zell, man, just continuing this onslaught of bullish trajectory, while a lot of things were just kind of stifled, it could make sense that it sees a little bit of retracement back down to this purple line, which is also around that 61869 area. So something like that shouldn't be totally out of the question. You know, you are at an area where your previous, let's see, that's not your previous all-time highs. Yeah, it's like this previous high area here, this kind of resistance zone from before. So seeing resistance here shouldn't off-put anybody. Going back to the 382 on this overall fib would take you down to 15.5 cents. On this high to low, your 382 is right at the base of that white zone there, man. It could absolutely happen, yeah. Let's put a line, because again, you're kind of at, I guess you didn't top off there, did you? You're kind of at like this point of resistance, so the bottom here, like if this was a price range, right, from top to bottom, and then you moved up, your bottom, this white line, it's right at, or no, it's a little bit above the 618. So I would think you could find support right there at 18 cents, but you probably go a little bit lower. Again, though, 18 cents is where this weekly close is. It's just the weekly close is a little bit below that, and that would complete this bearish divergence that we have. So, you know, I keep going back and forth with this thing, man. I was bearish on it for a while, and it got me the other day. I was starting to be really bullish. The reason, I'll show you guys why I was bullish, why I changed my mind, is because I think it was this one. No. Was it this one? Yes, it was this one. Okay. Is that, we found resistance on the 382, came up, broke through it, found resistance on the 236, found support on the 382, broke above the 236, it looked like we were finding support on the 236. Again, when we were up here, looked like a bullish engulfing week, but Blue Zell kind of had the opposite effect as most coins did last week. It actually had a red close. Again, anytime I call for this thing to go lower, it goes higher, so watch me be wrong on this. I would happily be wrong. We are, to a certain degree, holding support on the 236. Previous area of resistance there. Previous areas of resistance here. That's not what I meant to do. Kind of an area of resistance over there. Area of support over here. So we could end up going higher, but just this daily RSI has me thinking we go lower. It really does. And actually, I wonder even with this daily high to low here, yeah, you rejected your 0.5. That's not really a good look. You're below your 236 with a bearish engulfing candle. Not a good look. I would think you go lower. I personally would. But where are you going to go? Again, anywhere from about 15.5 cents to 18 cents is what I would think. And here we are sitting at 24 cents. And here I am. I bought at 26 cents. I'm not selling. I wish that I waited. I wish I was patient. But by no means by me saying that I think the price is going to go down that I'm going to sell. I'm being so specific on this because I had a friend who more or less got hurt by misinterpreting what I was saying. Whenever I say that the price is going down, that doesn't mean that I think it's a good time to sell, guys. And the reason for that is I can be wrong. The technicals can suggest, everything that I'm reading in the chart. It isn't like I'm just making this up. This is definitely, like, it makes sense to me that we would go lower, but I can be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. These are based off statistical occurrences, right? So statistics are not 100% of the time. You go for the odds, you go for the more likely of the odds, but there are times where that doesn't happen. So something big could happen with Blue Zell for whatever reason. This might just be like a false-looking chart and it decides to go up, whatever. But spent enough time talking about this. I do think it goes down again anywhere from about 15.5 cents to 18 cents is probably where it goes. If it goes down there, I'm going to be buying some more. That's all I'm doing. I'm not selling any. So moving on from there, we're going to finish this video up, this very long ramble of a video with MYRIA. Never heard of this one before. Let's look at it. Let's see. New chart, new all-time highs. Nice. KuCoin. A little bit more historical data. OKX, about the same. Gate.io might have some. XC might have. Nope, it did not. Gate.io, nope. And nope. What the hell is Bitmart, man? Where did you come from? I guess you've been around for a little while. Never heard of it, though. But there's plenty of exchanges that TradingView doesn't reference that have been around. So I'm going to use KuCoin because it's the most volume out of all these exchanges. You did just see new all-time highs with a weekly close above its previous weekly all-time highs. This is nice to see. You are hot in your weekly RSI. You did go all the way up to around your 90. But you get your strongest moves when you're in your overbought zone. So, right, that's why it's called the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. The stronger your readings, the stronger your moves. The weaker your readings, the weaker or the stronger to the downside that they are. I don't know if I should throw, what am I going to do as far as fibs go? I mean, if you were to turn around from here, maybe you go to about 66% of a penny or 47% of a penny. Those would be your common retrace areas. Absolutely, you could go down here, but I would first more expect something like this, especially on what I would assume is a low cap coin. A drawback like that would be 42 to 60% basically. So I feel like that would suffice. But it's hard to do TA on charts this new. It's just a big U, man. It's a big U. This whole chart could be a cup and a handle, and then it goes up. I don't think it is. I think cup and handles. No offense, because I know a lot of people who are starting out trading, everybody knows the cup and handle. I don't think it's a very reliable pattern. I've seen cup and handles been busted. I've seen them do this, man, where they go, it's a cup, here's your handle, and then it just like goes like that, I've seen your cup and then your handle, and then it just keeps on going down. I've seen your cup, I've seen your handle, I've seen it break up and then break down, it's not a reliable pattern in my personal opinion. But that's just off of my experience. I don't know. Let's see. While we're doing this, man, since we're almost done, let's go to the patternsite.com. For anyone who's new here, you should check out the patternsite.com. It's a free resource made by Thomas Bulkowski himself. I don't talk about it too often because we don't really need to bust it out all the time. But I'm clicking on chart patterns, going through here. It's alphabetical, right? So A, B, come on now. A, B, C. Where is the cup and handle? Cup with handle. We call it cup and handle. He's old, man. He's been doing this for like 4 decades or more. But let's see. 3 out of 39. So he's given it a pretty good overall performance. So what do I know, man? Maybe things are cyclical, and at this point in time, cup and handles are just less reliable in crypto, but maybe they'll be more reliable eventually. I don't know. But yeah, he gives it a good performance that goes against what I was just saying about it. But moving on from there, guys, going on to the daily here, I definitely recommend checking out the pattern site for anybody that's new, man. It's like a glossary, it's an index, whatever you want to call it. You can literally look up chart patterns, you can look up candlesticks, what a busted pattern looks like, what are Elliott waves, quizzes. I've never really clicked. Obviously, you can see what I've mainly clicked on, but he has a whole lot of stuff right here. Let's see. He last updated it on the 17th, or no, the 24th, right here. He updates this thing regularly. These are all statistics based off of trades that he's documented throughout the decades. So, to my knowledge, it's like the most historical references or statistics based on references that is available to the public out of any other place you're going to go. So definitely good if you want to learn. You can read his books. He's got some books published. I forget which one's like the good one. I think this is a good one here. I feel like it's one of these three that are good too. Maybe these are all in succession of each other. I don't know. I've never read his books, but I'm sure they're good. Shout out to Thomas Wilkowski, man. He's a myth. He's a legend. He's good. He's a saint for posting that website. But looking at this here, kind of had a flat top and then moved up higher, finishing with less volume, high wick though. I would think you see some kind of a retracement. I would think that you would. But you are overbought. Maybe you go to like 7.4 or 0.0074 and that's it. Maybe you come all the way back down to this previous area where you found highs. Let me see, like a previous area of resistance. Let's go and see. Low to high. It's just above your 382. Oh man. Again, these are lines, you don't have to see them. And this is such a new chart, and it's probably a low cap coin. Let's just see. MYRIA, number 374. $79 million market cap. Yeah, you could absolutely see it go to the 382. Having a hard time with this one, man. Very strong. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Very, very strong daily RSI. I can say that much. You know, even if you come out of the overbought zone, that would be a little bit more bearish in the immediate terms, but you probably stay above this 50. Or if you go below the 50, you probably stay above the 40. Like, this thing looks very, very strong. Nice reaction off the purple line. 4 hour has been overbought for a while. You got a double top, some bearish divergence, potentially rejecting this overbought zone. Yeah, I think you come down in the immediate term. For anybody that's looking to FOMO in at all-time highs, might not be the right time for this thing. I would at least wait for 0.0074. Honestly, probably lower than that. Let's see. This is like the relative low. On the 4 hour, it's kind of hard. You know, I really don't like any of these fibs. I don't like any of them. So what I would say is, from a fundamental kind of perspective, keep it at like either these resistance levels or the closing resistance levels right here. Somewhere between about 2.054 to 2.049, something like that. But with that kind of look, you're finding resistance at a previous all-time high area. You could see a more significant retracement, which, hey, that lines up very well with your 382. So somewhere around 2.047, 2.054. That's what I would expect. I think you could probably come down. You've had a phenomenal run up, very phenomenal run up, but you could absolutely drop that much. Let's just see here. From this top to this low, you dropped 30%. A 30% drop from where you are already. I mean, it just wouldn't. Okay. Maybe. Again, I feel like the fibs are not helping me here. Maybe you hold this weekly closing high area. Maybe you hold that at 0.0762. Maybe you hold that. If you don't hold that, I think you're going to this previous area of resistance, which will now turn into support, is what I would assume. But that's all I got for MYRIA, man. That's really all I got. Kind of a head scratcher. It looks good. I don't think it's done growing overall. I don't know anything about this thing, but it does look pretty good. Volume's increasing. I love to see it. Strong RSI on the daily, on the weekly, on the 4 hour. It's all strong, man. But the 1 hour is looking a little bit weaker. It does look like it's the volume's declining as you're moving up. It does look like it wants to take a breather, and it's a well-earned breather, man. It's just been going straight up for 1, 2, 3. Technically, that's a green week there. Very neutral week, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green weeks in a row. It deserves a break. It deserves a break. It's healthy for it to have a retracement and form a higher low so that people can get in, new money can get in. Some people, the weak hands can get shaken out, and then you can go up to higher prices without your weak hands. So anyways, that's it for this shitcoin showdown. Which one do I think looks the best in the more immediate term? Man, you know, I didn't expect it. Algorand looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie, guys. Algorand looks pretty decent for growth, but I have to say PLI plugin probably wins this shitcoin showdown for immediate growth. Compound and Algorand, you guys are close seconds. I'm still iffy on Compound whether it goes up or down from here. If it goes down, probably not by that much, but if it goes up, it could be dramatic. But PLI to me looks the most convincing in the shortest amount of time. So we have a winner with that. If we had a loser, oh, it might be BLZ. It might be BLZ, and that's one that I own personally. So it might be BLZ. It might be MYRIA too, you know. But it's hard to call this thing a loser whenever it literally just broke out to new all-time highs today. So, anyways, that's all I got for you guys. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If you have any requests or anything, feel free to leave requests. And if you'd like to subscribe, those are always appreciated as well. Take care. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye. Adios.